whips a short one over the middle. Brodsky makes the catch. First down, Miami. Notre Dame 44.
You're going to see the quick timing. 5-step drop. Kelly rifles the ball over the linebacker's head. Brodsky just reaches up. He's a clutch player. It's a quick slant in behind the linebackers. It's impossible to defend with the linebackers. The halfbacks and safety men have got to be closer. As you can see, Crim number 19 comes in and makes the play.
Joe Johnson, number 27.
Joe Johnson, number 27, is in the ball game now.
There goes Griffin. He hits a chalk at the 40. Stepped on the sidelines at the 40. Griffin is from Columbus, Ohio, a sophomore, 192-pounder.
He certainly comes from a well-known family. He happens to be Archie Griffin's younger brother.
Ball is just inside the 40. Let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
TV 20 WCJB, Gainesville.
See the time remaining, 12 minutes on second down and 5. Ball is closer to the 40 than the 39. It's actually about second down and 6. Kelly, a deep drop. Loops it. And it is incomplete. Intended for Griffin. Stacy Torrin went up, got his hands on it. And the intended receiver turned into a defensive player for a moment and knocked it loose.
Keith Griffith makes an outstanding play. Kelly threw the ball up for scrambles. He was trying to get the halfback to run under it, but you can see Torrin has it, and as Keith mentioned, Griffin turns out to be the defensive player and prevents the interception.
Third down and 6.
Here's the blitz.
Picks it up and whips the ball out to his fullback, Speedy Neal, but Neal is brought down by Joe Johnson short of the first down. They need 2 yards.
Well, in the last field goal by Miller, as Keith mentioned, it went through the uprights with plenty to spare.
Timeout called by Miami. Rodrigue was standing near the sidelines. Howard Schnellenberger and he were talking. And they didn't reach agreement on apparently what they wanted to do, so time is called by the Hurricanes as Kelly comes to the sideline. That's Miller prowling around there, number 1. 11.5 minutes to play in the first half. Miami has the ball. They actually need more than 2 yards, Frank. It's pretty close to 3.
That's not a running situation for Miami. As we look at Dan Miller, you can see what an outstanding career he has had as a field goal kicker. Miami's trying to decide, do they want to pass for it, make the first down, since they lead by 17-6. What effect will a field goal have right now as compared to a possible touchdown? 20-6, Keith.
Well, it would be a prodigious field goal. If the ball is sitting where, on the 36?
Yeah, it would be 52-yard field goal.
52-yarder.
But the last one went through with
going to go. He's going to go. So the senior from Lewiston, Florida, comes on the field, 53 yards. Longest of the year was a 57-yarder against Florida State. And I mean to tell you that one he hit a while ago went over the upright, so he's got the leg. And he's got a little bit of a breeze behind him, not much. LaBelle, the punter, holds. The kick. Drilled it. It home from 53 yards. He's now 5 out of 7 from 50 yards or more.
Hey, you're driving half a car.
To prove Haviland Supreme gives cars engine protection up front.
I know, but...
Well, you should know. It delivered proven protection in punishing state trooper testing.
Yeah, but...
Where's the rest of my car?
Yeah.
Here it comes. To prove Texaco's Haviland Supreme delivered improved mileage, too. Upfront protection backed by improved mileage. That's Haviland Supreme.
Do me a favor.
I know. Prove how good Haviland is in the next county, huh?
I'm going out to inspect the troops.
Yes, sir.
Regular change today, General?
This is Atari Missile Command. Millions of people are mad for it in thousands of game centers across the country.
Interplanetary war is back.
Attention all generals. Now you can get your own Atari Missile Command video game and practice saving the world in the privacy of your home. Missile Command, only from Atari.
Knockout North American amateur boxing excitement and daredevil high-flying action when ABC's Wide World of Sports returns December 12th on ABC.
Look at Dan Miller after his 53-yarder, and it was square in the uprights. It's sort of a ho-hum another day at the office reaction.
Boy, he's had a fabulous career here at Miami, and he's so valuable to a team that relies so heavily on passing. They have a hard time at getting the ball in the end zone sometime. The field goal kicker plays a major role.
It's now 20-6 ball game as the kick goes deep, and Bell's going to come out with it. And he gets it out to about the 22. At number 51 for Miami must be their hot man. He's had made the tackle there. It's the second time that he's come whistling down the field to make a big play for them. Jack Fernandez.
I wish you'd look at those numbers and comparisons. Notre Dame has not been able to do much. There's Tony Hunter, they're very fine athlete, tight end. Look at these numbers. Miami is having a sensational game, just sensational. Mixing up their plays, their defense has been outstanding. I think just as effective, Keith, wouldn't you, as the offense has.
The only time Miami has ever won in this series was a long time ago, 1960, 28-21. They want this one very much. Cagle goes to Carter. Carter wants to throw a halfback pass downfield. Does. The ball is incomplete. Bell had his hands on it. He took a lick alongside the head from a pursuing Hurricane, and the ball came loose.
One of the best plays in football has always been the running pass, where the running back goes out the line. Of course, Carter didn't make much of a fake of the run. He throws it to Bell. Bell has it in his hands, but it goes right off of his fingertips, incomplete.
It's second down and 10 from out near the 23 of Notre Dame. Carter. I don't think he got to the line of scrimmage. Greg Zappala, Jr. out of Pittsburgh, and Lester Williams, Big Mo, 267 from Miami.
Both of those young men made sensational plays, as did David Jefferson, the strong safety, Keith. He sacrificed himself. He blitzed, turned the play inside to Zappala and also Williams. Just a great play. Look at that last figure is indicative of what Notre Dame's problems have been. Third down conversion problems.
Well, they make that one work as Cagle hums it over the middle for Joe Howard. And little Joe goes in the air to bring it down, a sophomore out of Greenfield, Ohio.
Joe Howard has been one of the bright spots for Notre Dame this year. He's been a starter only 4 ball games. He has great speed. He's a tough little old youngster, undersized as receivers as we see today, but he's very effective. 32-yard average per reception.
Ball is on the 37, first down for the Irish. That's a second Notre Dame first down in the ball game. 10:15 to play in the first half. Cagle gives to Carter. Carter runs into Nelson and Chicolo and stops suddenly.
Steve, we've been praising the offense, but we've got to say something about the Miami defense. That's a tremendous play by Chicolo and Nelson. When the Notre Dame line that averages 260 pounds cannot get any movement on that type of play, you know that those Miami players are fired up and ready to get after it.
Yeah, but I will say it again. The Notre Dame offensive front is not firing off the ball.
Look at the line.
Good protection that time. Pass is thrown deep to the sidelines and incomplete. That's a dangerous pass. Rodney Bellinger was over there defending as Howard had gone to the sidelines.
Bellinger defending. As Jerry Faust had a very tough year making the transition from high school to college.
I'll bet you there'll be a little little head knocking next spring and fall.
You better believe he'll take a
go into
different
the
attitude.
season.
That's one thing that I've heard him say, that he felt like his players were already experienced players and didn't need hard contact work.
Boys will be boys. The pass over the middle, incomplete, intended for Howard, as Cagle tried to loop it into him and couldn't do it. And when you turn back from that direction, you're looking into the sun. It's hard to see. Standing ovation for the Miami defense.
Well, if you're a Miami fan, you have to be proud of this football team today. They have been sensational all the way across the board.
Jamie Boone is back there as the deep man for the Hurricanes. And Blair Keel will punt it for Notre Dame. 20-6, 9:26 to play in the first half. Pretty good kick. Runs Boone all the way back to the 14. And he comes back to about the 22. Brought down by Joe Johnson. That was a 48-yard punt and about an 8-yard return. 20-6, Miami. 23-yard line for Miami. First down, Hurricanes. And Kelly stands up, whips it out to Brodsky. Brodsky trying to get one-on-one out there is brought down by John Krim and Dave Buerson. In 6 possessions, Miami, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. They fumbled it and they punted 1 time. Comes Griffin back into the backfield and replaces Smokey Roan. Griffin's number 44.
Keith, I think we should mention that Notre Dame is not getting any rush. They don't apply some pressure. Kelly will have a field day.
That was the information coming into the ball game, but Kelly's already taken care of that little stat, hasn't he? That's Chris Hobbs. And he's decked at about the 30. They're going to be looking at third down at about 3. Magnan, 46, a junior out of Evergreen Park, Illinois, over there.
I found it very interesting talking to the Miami coaches yesterday. They emphasized again that we're going to run the football to make them stop it. We don't think we can win running the football as we look at Howard Schnellenberger. But we think that we make them stop the run, then we can throw effectively. This has been proven to be the case.
3rd and 3. Kelly on a bootleg. First down at the 37.
Watch it again. Kelly's going to fake to the halfback. It's a bootleg. It's what we call a naked bootleg. He's out there all by himself, and you can see Krim takes him up, throws him down. His shoulders hit the ground while he's in possession of the ball. The ball pops out, but it's already declared dead once the shoulders hit the ground. Still Miami's football.
First down, Hurricanes. They're on 37. Brodsky to the bottom of the picture. Looking for him. Goes deep the other way for Belt. He's got it. Touchdown.
We're going to watch from behind the offense, behind the defense. You can see what a rocket arm this Kelly has. Without much use of his legs, watch how far he throws that ball. He hits Belt number 20 right on the numbers, and it's another Miami touchdown.
63 yards on the play, and the score goes to 26-6 as Miller trots on.
Keith, did you see how Kelly just whipped the ball without even stepping much with his legs and his body? What a pass.
Are getting longer and a hammer heavier. It is now 27-6 Miami.
Saturday, shoot for top college action. First, Pitt battles to keep its national title hopes alive. Then Alabama's Bear Bryant goes for the all-time win record. A Thanksgiving football feast Saturday on ABC.
Well, Miami is very much in control of circumstances, leading 27-6 with 7 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the first half of the ball game.
Well, you can see it. Unhappy Jerry Faust had a tough year, 5-5. If Notre Dame loses this game, as it looks like they might, it will give them their second losing season.
That's Greg Bell. Penalty flag goes down at the 20. He took a wallop from Jack Fernandez, who's proven himself as the hot man for the Hurricane. He really belted him. There's the numbers on the scoring drive. Belt, before he caught that 63-yarder, was averaging 30 yards per catch. He just stretched out his seasonal average some, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He's got 9.4 speed and just ran right by the Notre Dame secondary.
Penalties against the Fighting Irish.
Keith, I was going to say, I believe this is only the second time Notre Dame would have a losing season in the last 40 years.
No, they had a losing season in 1963. Hugh DeVore.
We're flipping against Notre Dame during the run back. Then last half the distance, we'll have 1st and 10.
Or when it rains, it pours.
Yep, they were 2-7 in 1963, and a fellow named Ara Parsekian came along in 64 and was the coach of the years. He went 9-1. And that same fella is in the hospital with some troubles. Coach, we hope you're feeling better. Let's get out of there soon and get on down to Marco and get your golf game in shape. We talked to him a little while ago, and he's feeling better. First down, Notre Dame at the 9. Cagle going deep for Howard. Oh, I'll tell you something. That little guy almost came down with it. 5'9", 165 pounds, and he almost hauled that thing down.
He was in perfect position to catch it. Lippett, number 17, was playing him outside. And I think the ball from Cagle was right on target. You can see that Howard, number 24, has great speed. He's inside. The ball was just off of his fingertips. Really a perfect catch. Yes.
Second down and 10 from the 9. That's Carter. And Phil Carter gets it out close to the 15 for 6 yards. They'll be looking at third down and about 4. Time remaining in the first half. Going to Birmingham after this. Our bunch for Alabama-Auburn tomorrow, and we will follow Pitt-Penn State tomorrow here on ABC. Paul Bryant, the Bear, looking for win number 315 tomorrow. Cagle's pass, good to Howard. Howard curls it back a little bit, trying to get outside. And they finally get him at the 37. He's exciting, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He is tough to get down once he catches the ball. Number 24, Joe Howard, is going to curl the inside. Watch him give the intention that he's going deep and then to the outside. The ball is there, but now the excitement begins. Watch the youngster just make people miss him, reverses his field, comes back, looking for the long gainer. Finally, Miami brings him to the ground.
First down for the Irish. Sweeney gets the ball, and he runs for about 12 yards on another Notre Dame first down, out to about the 49, making his first appearance of the ball game. At wingback, Greg Williamson, number 7 as well. So John Sweeney gets to see the ball for the first time in the game and turns in a 12-yard gallop.
Notre Dame has got a little enthusiasm right here, Keith. They made the great pass to Howard, gave him a first down, got him out of the hole. As you look at Jerry Faust.
Cagle's pass, intercepted. Ronnie Lippett, second interception of the ball game. Miami his ball at their own 45.
Ronnie Lippett, number 17, that's his 4th interception of the year, 2nd of this ball game. He drops back from his defensive halfback in perfect position. All he has to do is watch Cagle, the passer. Cagle's going to throw the ball right to him. Lippett has to leave his feet just a little bit. He's trying to throw the ball into the boundary. Not enough room. Lippett jumps up, catches the ball. Bell was the intended receiver. Lippett's going to try to work back, trying to pick up a convoy of blockers. There's no one there. He gets on the ground.
And the Hurricanes are in business as Kelly on a short drop goes deep. Rodrigue right through his hands. Mike almost came down with it. He had gotten behind Stacy Torrin. He wanted it.
Did he want it? He had gotten behind Stacy, as Keith mentioned. He just the tail end of it. You can see he's got a one-step advantage, and you can see the ball's going to come right down in his hand. Just on his outreach, went right through his hands. Been a tough catch had he held on to it. Oh, he's mad.
Well, he's already scored twice today.
3 touchdowns against Notre Dame would be something he'd remember the rest of his life.
Chris Hobbs gets a yard coming around the corner. Miami, as I indicated at the beginning of the telecast, coming into today's game had lost only twice, and those were narrow. They lost by a touchdown to Texas and lost by 4 to Mississippi State. Had a touchdown call back in the Texas game. But the infractions committee notified the University of Miami of their decision to sanction them for a year and inquired if they wanted to appeal it. The university did not appeal it. The recommendation from the infractions committee went to the NCAA council. Without appeal, the penalty was levied and announced, which is the matter of course in such matters. So Miami loses 10 scholarships for 2 years. And that's Griffin turning it around the corner, getting it across midfield, and looks like maybe a yard short of a first down for Miami. They will not be allowed any bowl appearances, but they will retain their privilege to appear on television. And that has some meaning when you consider the fact that 2 national television appearances is worth over $600,000.
Keith, the real penalty that hurts is the loss of scholarships. For 2 years, they lose 10 scholarships a year, a total of 20.
Those infractions had to do with illegal aid. Second punt of the ball game now for Greg LaBelle. Don't punt it. They snap it to the short man and get the first down. Number 14, Jamie Boone, in there to block. Ball goes right to Jamie. And he's got a first down.
You know, this is one of the most imaginative offensive displays, Keith, that we've seen all year, if not the last 2 or 3 years. Great execution by the offense. As James Boone takes it for the first down from punt formation.
You know what, though, when you have this kind of an offensive concept, I think it's more fun to play the game, too.
It is. You throw it and catch it, pick the defense apart. A lot more fun than knocking them out every down.
There's the option outside to Griffin. And Keith Griffin gets another first down at the Notre Dame 30.
You can see that Notre Dame was not prepared for the option play.
You got a penalty coming up.
2-step, pitch back. Griffin has the ball. Hobbs is out in front of him. Finally, Krim comes off the block. Notre Dame wasn't even prepared for it.
Against the Irish.
No reaction by the Notre Dame end, no reaction by the linebacker, and absolutely none by the cornerback Krim. He didn't know the option play was coming.
With a dead ball, late hit against Notre Dame. First step.
We want to mention again, Keith, that Miami is not an option football team. This is the first game that they've run it. They put it in thinking they would have success with it, and oh, how they have had it.
Neal and Griffin on the setbacks now behind Kelly with Brodsky coming to the left. First down, the ball is at the Notre Dame 16, and Griffin has it. And he crosses the 15 to about the 14. Penetrating was Dewurson, the strong safety, came up for support to make the tackle.
Steve, it's a helpless feeling to be over on the Notre Dame bench or be in the ball game. They don't know what's hitting them. They don't know what's happening to them. And not making the adjustments is something that they haven't expected, they're not prepared for, and Miami's having a field day.
Ball's closer to the 15. Call it 2nd down and 9. And timeout called by Miami. 2 minutes and 21 seconds to play in the first half. The Hurricanes have 1 timeout remaining. And they are sitting on a 27-6 lead and threatening to get some more. I would think there's a lot of stunned folks across the country. Of course, a team coming in at 5-5, you don't expect miracles out of them, I guess. Penn State and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh trying to win a national championship this year in a rebuilding year, but Marino has had such a terrific year for them. Penn State got a 24-21 win over this Notre Dame team last week. So the Lions are going to be going to Pittsburgh. In the meantime, the Battle of Alabama tomorrow in Birmingham at Legion Field with Auburn going to come in clawing and scratching as Paul Bryant tries to win number 315.
Is that 2 on us now?
Howard Schnellenberger is, as Frank said a while ago, another coach trained by Bryant to some degree. Howard, of course, was the head football coach of the NFL franchise in Baltimore at one time. Seems very, very happy, however, where he is right now.
It's just the perfect marriage, it seems to me. He likes to throw the football. The weather is conducive to that here in Miami. He can recruit good, skilled people. The high schools in Florida produce a lot of skilled people. I know the Miami people want him to stay. 7 possessions for Miami in the first half. 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals, 1 interception, and 1 fumble.
2nd down and 9, just inside the Irish 15. That's Rodriguez in motion. Kelly gives it to Chris Hobbs. Oh, he split 2 Irish defenders as he turned upfield, and he got a pretty good chunk out of it. Moved it down to about the 8.
Even oddly enough, one of the people that missed the tackle was Bob Crable, the middle linebacker.
That's Dennison, the tight end, hurt like a leg or an ankle.
Well, it would hurt Miami if Dennison had to leave the ball game and couldn't play anymore. He's caught 20 passes in the last 3 ball games. Really played a prominent role in the success of this Miami football team. Dennison, number 86, is blocking on Rudinsky, the linebacker. Let's see if we can tell. Looks like Rudinsky just fell across the back of his leg. That's how many knee injuries occur. No, he seems to be all right.
Time remaining as the clock has started now. We hit 2 minutes. Brodsky trots in from the bench, bringing a play with him. It'll be 3rd down and about 2.5. For a first down, the football is sitting on the high hash mark side between the 7 and 8. Kelly's going to put it up. Loops it. No. Intended for Andy Barada, junior from Philadelphia. Andy had broken free.
Barada wanted to fake the block and get in behind. There he is on the left corner of your screen. Hobbs is out in the flat. Rowan is out in the flat. And you can see the ball is right off of the fingertips of number 84. Incomplete. Andy Barada.
Miller is in now. Dan Miller in for another field goal try. He's kicked 2. This one ought to be a chip shot for him, considering the fact he's gone from 49 and 53 successfully. This was only 24 yards. Nailed it. Another thing about Miller is he uses that very low tee. He doesn't use the high tee that you see oftentimes.
In college football, you're allowed to use up to a 2-inch tee. This helps get elevation on the ball, particularly key to the sidewinders. But Miller uses only a 1/4 of an inch tee. That is most unusual in college football. In fact, I don't ever remember any kicker using less than a 1-inch tee.
That's what we've got for you at halftime. Highlights of Story of the Iowa Hawkeyes and highlights of the Texas A&M game, which was played yesterday out in College Station. We have quite a story building here at the Orange Bowl in Miami, as Miami is leading Notre Dame 30-6. And we've got 1 minute and 34 seconds to play in the first half.
This is a terrible position to be in. If Notre Dame receives the kickoff, they've got to come out and start throwing against the defense that's expecting a pass, and who knows, they may get another one, Keith.
Greg Bell, the deep man, he went 98 yards with the kickoff for the only Irish score after Miami had opened the game with an 80-yard touchdown march. He isn't going to run this one back. It's almost kicked out of the end zone. It'll be first down Notre Dame at their own 20. Again, remember that Miami has won only one time in this series. They've played the first time in 1955. Miami won in 1960, 28-21. Blair Keel is back now at quarterback for Notre Dame.
Keel has only completed 49% of his passes so far this year. One of his problems is he won't get set and step forward and throw the pass. He throws off balance.
He has pretty good protection, loops it out to Phil Carter, the tailback, and Carter is run down by Jefferson and Brophy at the 26.
The Miami defense is dropping deep, conceding the short pass. Clock is a big factor.
Minute 10 to go in the first half. Keel does not come off the snap cleanly, and he's rolled down inside the 20. Nelson, the defensive right tackle, was really coming, and he got him.
Look at Tim Flanagan cheering the fans on, wanting some help from the fans.
Keel's pass, Howard on the sidelines, out of bounds at the 28.
Now Notre Dame will be forced to punt.
And Flanagan's a cheerleader, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's cheering the fans on. He's a fireball, enthusiastic young man. Been a real factor in this Miami football team.
They got 9 orange shirts up on that line. Made contact. I think Miami made contact on the encroachment. The punt's relatively short, and the fair catch is called back at the 41 of Miami by Jamie Boone, but let's see what happens up at the line of scrimmage.
Keith, if it's against Miami, the 5 yards will not give Notre Dame a first down. It will give them 4th and 1.
Yep, that's what it is. Middle guard jumped in there, Fitzpatrick. I would certainly think Keel would prefer to punt it again. It was only 36.
That's the safe thing to do. And under these circumstances, that's the right thing to do. Go in at halftime, try to regroup. I don't know what an effective remedy would be for Notre Dame at this time.
Miami, 4th down.
For the problems that they've got.
Well, I got to start blocking and tackling first, don't they?
That sure helps. That's fundamental, basic.
Miami's going. They don't get it. Keel spins it upfield. Boone waves a fair catch. A little better circumstance for Notre Dame as he backs him up to the 27 on that punt. And there Miami will have it with 30 seconds to play in the first half. On December 5, Georgia and Georgia Tech, Army and Navy, the NCAA Division II and III championships being played that day. So that'll be another day of college football. Then December 12, the Division II championship and the semifinals in Division I AA, and then the 19th we'll have the 1AA championship for you. 27-yard line, Miami. 30 seconds to play first half. Give it a Speedy Neal, the fullback. And looks like Miami is happy to go to the clubhouse with a 30 6 lead at halftime. There's your 1AA championship game. Call it the Pioneer Bowl. It's in Wichita Falls, Texas. And I wasn't there. I haven't been there, but I do remember. I think it was last year, wasn't it? It was so cold.
2 years ago, I was there.
Is that right? Time runs out. First half of play. Crowd's on its feet, cheering the Miami football team. Here's Steve Davis with Jerry Faust.
Coach, I know you're a little disappointed. How are you going to turn it around?
A little disappointed. I'm really disappointed. We got a lot of work to do here this second half, and we're still not out of the ball game. It's going to be tough, but we're going to try and come back.
Coach, what do you tell your kids, and how do you keep them up?
Well, that's a tough thing to do, but there's 2 halves of the ball game, and we're going to try and do our best and get back in this ball game.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good. We'll be back with today's halftime activities after this message about an upcoming show on ABC and a word from our local stations.